I came home in 2014. I went through some psychological things while I was incarcerated. One of the things was I suffered a divorce, then my mother died, and then my kids needed me and I wasn't able to be there. So when I was asked to speak tonight for this celebration of recovery, that's who I'm going to be sharing about is my mother, because I grew up in a home, and as y'all hear through the night, y'all will see. All right, so I'm gonna just go get right into it. Good evening. Thank you all for coming together today to celebrate the lives of those lost to substance use. This is a space for memory, for grief, for truth, and for a fierce kind of love that keeps working even after a life has ended. October 31st, 1986 is a date burned into my memory. I was 12 years old, a kid at Custard Elementary School in Detroit, Michigan. A sixth grader in Miss Seals' class. It was Halloween, a night every child looks forward to. That day changed everything. After getting in trouble at school, I came home to discipline and anger. The night moved from punishment to an argument between my mom and my stepfather. Later, someone knocked on the door and told us he had been shot. He was alive when we rushed to the hospital, but by November 2nd, the decision was made to let him go because he was brain dead. Life stopped being the same that night. By Christmas, we had no lights, no heat, no water, no food, and the small joy of that season had been taken. My mother, Athelina Wright, began to drown in her grief. Alcohol, pills, cocaine, and cigarettes. Anything to numb the unbearable pain she carried from that day forward. This happened in 1986, y'all. I didn't realize this till I was 38. From 1986 until January 14th, 2013, 26 years, that grief sat in her like a stone. She didn't get to forgive herself. She was trapped in unprocessed trauma, and addiction became the only place she went to survive. On the day that she died, I was incarcerated at Bonterra. One last call I was able to make. Her voice was full of pain. I told her I loved her. I told her it was all right. I told her she was loved. Later that night, she died. Addiction is not a moral failing. Addiction is often the body and mind's response to unbearable hurt, to a wound that never had space to be seen or healed. It reaches into families, into neighborhoods, and into futures. It's still holidays, light fixtures, steady paychecks, conversations that never happen, forgiveness that never finds a way in. It robs the people left behind of simple, ordinary days, then stacks them into years of surviving instead of living. But today is not only a recounting of loss, today is a celebration of life, of memory, of lessons, of the parts of our people that never leave us. Celebrating is not erasing the sorrow, it is the naming what was beautiful and true about the people who are gone. It is bringing their laughter back, telling their stories out loud, sharing a favorable song, lighting a candle, keeping their name alive in action. To honor those we have passed, speak their names, hold their stories up like lanterns, tell one small thing that made them human to you, the way they laughed, a meal that always cooked, the advice they once gave. Let those details be louder than the circumstances of their death. Forgiveness of others and of self can be part of honoring. For my mom, telling her I loved her on that last call mattered. Saying her name still matters. That's why I do what I do today. That's why we have BCB. If y'all ever come over there and see the service that we provide, that's because of this. The way that I grew up, the things that I went through in my life. It's not too many things that I have not experienced. My life changed at 12, y'all. And I'm standing here before you doing things that they said I couldn't or wouldn't or couldn't have a chance to do. Recovery changed lives. It reconnects people to themselves, to family, to the possibility. Recovery offers repair to finances, relationships. Trust the small routines that make a life breathable again. It's not a straight line. It's a series of steps, stumbles, and recommitments. When recovery wins even a little ground, it changes the story for a family and for an entire community. If there's anything to carry from my story, it's that trauma left untreated becomes a root for addiction. Loved ones can struggle to understand why someone keeps choosing circumstances. The truth is often they are choosing the only relief they know. That doesn't excuse pain, but it does demand compassion. And compassion doesn't replace accountability. It makes real, lasting help possible. Today, in memory of the ones lost, the best celebration is action, what we all took tonight. Share resources, Landmark Recovery. Support treatment and mental health services. Make space for honest conversations with kids and neighbors about trauma and coping. Offer a ride to a meeting. Sit in a room with someone while they wait to walk through a door of recovery. Donate to local programs that provide counseling, housing, and job training. Showing up matters. For families who feel the ache of absence, you're not alone. Grief is not a private felon, but we do. We feel like we're the only ones going through this, but we're not. Grief is not a private felon. It is evidence of love. Let the love that grief proves become your fuel to help others. Let it turn pain into purpose. Before closing, take a moment to remember someone you lost. Say their name aloud in your heart. If it helps, say it aloud now. Athelina Wright. Let that memory be a blessing and a call to care for the living. Athelina Wright. This is for you. For every hard laugh, for every late night, for the ways she tried to keep us together even when the world told us apart, the apology she could not make, the forgiveness she could not give herself. Let the work of the rest of us take up some of that slack. Let the light she once had be carried forward by those who remain. Thank you for being here to remember, to grieve, and to celebrate. May the memories shared today be seeds, seeds that grow support, understanding, and healing in our families and in our communities. Thank you.